Oh, yes, you rock my world this morning. It's Friday, the 2nd of June, and I'm super, super, super excited. We're live on Keith Ngesi Radio Facebook page, Keith Ngesi Radio YouTube channel, and my beautiful, beautiful guest. She's so beautiful, and I don't remember telling her that umhlejo we reaching as closer so that she is on a vavavum, so that it can have that, the things that we say in closer. As once we take English, great. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for gracing us this morning. And I'm really looking forward in children that sizawuthetha izinto ezimnandi ezakhayo. That's what is important. Thank you and good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm blessed. Thank you so much. And please greet the viewers and listeners at home.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you this morning.
Yes, thank you, Joey. In the interest of time, let's push it. Who is Joey Dlamini?
Joey Dlamini is a child of God, a mom of 3, a wife to 1. For now.
Yes. For now.
I'm someone, a lover of people, and I am really invested in raising kids who do not have to heal from their own childhood.
Yes. I like that because it is Child Protection Week in South Africa, and kids have rights too. And I like the fact that you are mentioning today, especially as adults, sidilishana nabantu umntu is 40, but there's something that is esuka ezantsi that is haunting lo. And now this is the time for us to raise kids abangazoba nezi childhood traumas, right? But because ndifuna nje siqale apho, why is it important to nurture the kids who are traumaless? Ne? Likhona English njalo? What traumaless?
We can choose.
Woman. Why is it important?
It is really important for the fact that you said we now have adults who are in their 40s or even 70s who have struggles because they were never raised in an environment that was safe enough for them to discover who they are, or they were never protected. And also to ensure that we stop some of the things that we are dealing with, such as gender-based violence. Gender-based violence, it does not start now. A person did not wake up today and decide that I'm going to beat my wife, I'm going to be a rapist, or I'm going to do these things. They were modeled to them. They saw it as they are growing up. So we need to make sure that we are changing how we raise our kids.
Sure. Okay. But how? Because I'm Lhoza, and I'm already a 4th floor, and I was raised this way, and now I'm raising E2K. How do we then bridge that gap? Because I was born Dala, and E2K Lam doesn't get it. And at the time when I grew up, bengaphenduli, or otherwise izabangu back chat, and then dizawubethwa noma ngantoni, and it was not an abuse. In inverted commas, it was not. But our kids today, ama2K, mama, yima. How do we then bridge that gap? I know we will talk about their rights and but how do we bridge to make it work? Because really, I ask go with ama2K siyagowa because I was get, and also nathi asibageti senze njani.
Okay, it all starts with having programs like this. Conversations like this, where we can learn from each other and also unlearn. The first thing is that you need to acknowledge that your kids are not you. We are raising a different generation, and we are living in a different era. We did not have technology to deal with. We did not have media. Our kids have all these things. So you need to understand that what worked then, it is not going to work now. And it is not easy to accept. I know I've got a 16-year-old, and hey,
Yeah,
we are going,
siyabuya.
you know what, go rough, go tense.
Wow,
But
kuningi ya.
yeah, but what I'm realizing is that I also get excited for them. The
Sure.
way they are so assertive. If you look at us, when we went to the workspace, we were not very confident. We
No.
were listening to the bosses. If they say to you, you are going to get 1,000, you did not know how
And
to
that's it.
negotiate for yourself. Exactly. But with our kids, they are going to negotiate for themselves. So you must not only look at the negative things, look at the positive
Sure.
things. What do you like about your child right now? What is it that when you look at AMA 2000 and you feel like, I admire that, I wish I was like that, then you need to start on your healing journey. Most of us, we need to heal, and we need to
Yeah.
understand that you can honor your parents and still disagree with how they raised you. You can respect them and still know that no, they could have done it differently, but
Yeah.
understand that they were doing what they could do with the resources that
Yeah.
they had.
That they had
But
at the
you can
time.
change things. You can change it.
You can change it. And now moving from a point where your mom will say, not under my roof, you're not going to wear that short skirt, not here, and not under my roof. And now move to buying that skirt for that child, that expensive phone here under your roof. And abesithi mama ndihleli apha ndizawuthini. So you're saying it starts with us as parents, because ke sithi abadala, and
Yes.
funeke we heal from those childhood traumas, so that sikhulise the new generation right. Because the thing is, I think with us, ilapha that under, not under my roof. You're not going to sleep the whole day under my roof, because there was no privacy. There's no, and our kids, they want their own rooms, and will bang the door and close it. And so we need to heal, so that we can nurture these kids ngendlela engazubenza babe rebellious, because we see them as kids who are rebellious, abangamameliyo and basixelela indaba zethu. Right.
And it's painful, hey? It's painful to hear the truth from your kids. It's painful. And I just wanted to say something, that it's also important for us to know that as much as we need to learn communication, how to communicate with our kids. And communication, it needs you to listen and for you to speak. Like the way we are doing now. If both of us were at the same time, nothing was going to happen. So a lot of us parents, we just want to speak without listening to our kids. So you need to speak to them and listen to what they are saying, not from a place of being defensive, but hear what they are saying. You gave an example of them wearing a short skirt. It's understandable as a parent. You have the information. You see what happens when girls are wearing short skirts. So instead of saying, you can't be wearing that short skirt, explain why you are saying that. Explain your fears, that I'm afraid that people will say 1, 2, 3, or they will do this to you, 4, 5, 6. So it needs to be a communication.
Yeah, we need to heal. Point number 2, we need to communicate. We need to communicate, sit down with them and hear them out. And then we explain as to why you are saying no, why you are saying yes. I kukude phambili. Kukude. But we will get there. We will get there. Tell me, because I'm very much interested in talking about and speaking about your NGO, their rights. They know their rights, and Tina Kuti, and for as long as they are under my roof, then ngabantwana nina akho nto nizayithetha. Kubaluleke ngantoni ukubafundisa their own rights? It's Child's Protection Week. Ukubakhusela, ukubathanda. Why is it important?
It is very important to teach them about their rights and also their responsibilities, because with our mentees, we always tell them that as much as you have rights, you have responsibilities. Yes, sometimes kids will just want to focus on the rights. It's also important because if you think about it, some of us, our generation, we were abused, but we never reported it because we did not know that it is our right. Someone must not touch me. Someone must not abuse me. So we need to teach our kids so that they will be able to advocate for themselves. That is the importance. they need to be able to advocate for themselves, because they won't always be in your house. They are going to go out in the world, and you won't be there to protect them. So when
Yeah.
you are not there, they need to be able to stand for themselves, because mama taught me that I have the right
Yes.
to education.
Just, yeah.
Mama taught me that I have the right to shelter, so they can fend for themselves.
Yeah. Remind us, remind viewers at home about the rights, because maybe as parents we don't know that the kids have rights, and what are their rights, except the fact that I'll buy food and give them food and that's it, and buy a schooling and that's it. What are children's rights?
Okay. Children have the rights to education, as I already mentioned. So it means that if you have a child, they need to go to school. If they are an age that they are able to go to school, you need to go and register them. So that right, it doesn't mean going to private school. It just means going to school. Then they have a right to shelter. They need to be in a house, in an environment where they are protected. And that house, it can also be a shack, because we understand that we are in different levels. We are starting somewhere.
Yes.
They have
Yes.
a right to food, basic healthcare, to food, to clothes. And they have a right to be loved and protected from harmful things. So as a parent, you need to make sure that you are protecting your kids according to the means and the levels that you have. And I
Yeah.
think this one is so important. If you see that you are struggling, children have a right for you to go and them for social grants.
Yeah.
Please go. You must not feel bad for registering them for social grants. It is
Yeah.
their right. The country is saying we are going to take care of our kids when you are not able to as a parent.
Yeah. Sinoxanduva Mphulaphula, if you have just joined us, we are speaking with uJoey Dlamini, who is a renowned parenting expert with passion. Yamva naye thetha with passion, and also a mother of 3 and a qualified social worker. And ile nyanga okanye ile veki yabantwana sijongene namalungelo abo. But quickly, I want us to talk about the work that you do. You're doing into eziningi and in trying to change our society, in trying to educate more than anything, to educate, especially abazali ebantwaneni. Why did you start this organization, the NGO? What is its name? What are your objectives?
Yes, Be Accentuated. So the reason why I started Be Accentuated, I'm staying in the township, and I grew up in the township when I was younger. So what I realized is that as children around the township, they sometimes don't have the resources that they need to support them. And they end up thinking that they cannot dream big, or they cannot achieve as much as kids who stays in the suburbs, or kids who go to private schools. So the kids that we are working with, most of them, they stay around the township, they go to schools around the township. I wanted to create a safe space for them, to remind them that they are good and they are worthy and they can achieve their dreams, and that there are people who are supporting and cheering them on. And it was so important for me to work with both girls and boys. And why I was so intentional, because as a society, we sometimes focus so much on the girl
girls.
child that we forget the boy child. But my thing is that if we are teaching the girl child how to be assertive, how to communicate, how to do all these things, but we are not teaching the boy child, who's going to do, and what is going to happen them, and to them, we cannot punish the boy child for the mistakes that were made by adult males. So that's why I'm about working with both genders, so that they can learn how to coexist, because we need each other, whether we like it or not. We need each other.
So mabangatshiswa, we need each other.
Exactly.
I like that, because really focus quick girl child, and forgetting that when you are grooming this girl child, is going to be a boy that was never nurtured in any way, was never mentored, was never equipped, is going to propose to this girl. and the conflict izawuba khona, so we makhule bonke, let's nurture bonke. All right, ndifuna ukuba sithethe the unlearning part.
Yes.
Yeyiphi the challenges, the most challenges in trying, because there are things that we need to unlearn and relearn and because that's life. What are the most challenges that we are facing in trying to find this balance or yenzayo at be accentuated?
I think most of the unlearning part, I'm starting with the parents, is the issue
Okay.
of beating their kids. A lot of parents, they cannot accept that there are other ways to discipline your kids without physically disciplining them. That is the one that most parents will fight with me about. Like, no, Ganjani, we grew up like this, and but the problem, the reality is that most of us, we are hurt. We grew up like, we have scars. The reason why we have toxic people who are able to harm other people is because of how they were raised. So it was normalized for them. Then when it comes to the kids, is the fact that they feel that the parents don't understand them. So we always need to remind them that you also need to understand your parents. You need to understand that there are challenges that your parents are going through. Because as parents, we love acting as if we are super moms and super dads. We don't show our weakness. So we never, some of us, we don't cry in front of our kids. We never tell our kids that, you know what,
we are sorry.
I afford to buy you this thing. I can't because mommy's actually getting so much. Then when our kids bring their demands, we feel that they are spoiled or they are entitled. But it is us. We need to teach them that in our family, these are our rules. These are our families. In our families, we can afford to buy you 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, for now, we can't. So parents need to communicate. You need to show your other side. You are human.
I can attest to what we are saying, because I know it's difficult even for a parent to say, sorry, mntanam, I made a mistake. You'll go to school and fetch your child very late, 30 minutes later, an hour later, and you keep quiet. And when you get there tomorrow and your child is not there, is not waiting for you, when you know, and you don't say, I'm sorry, I'm running late, okay, today I'll fetch you a little later because of it. We don't explain ourselves because I think that's how it's because that's how we're raised, and those are the things that we need to unlearn and learn to, you know, to respect them and give them their respect so that they can, you know, nabo bafunde into yobana okay umama mdala but uyakwazi ukuthi uxolo mntanam andenzanga kakuhle. Those are the few things and ndicinga about that we need to unlearn. Let's talk about your book. I know maybe you need to come back so that we can talk about the types of parenting and yes, but I'm looking at the time. Let's talk about your book. That one yes. The Teen Top 25. What motivated you? Why did you write this book? Is it your first book?
Yes, it is my first book. So
okay, congratulations.
Thank you so much. The reason why I wrote it, it was because of the messages I was hearing about young people. You know, people are so negative. They are lost. They are useless. They don't know where they are going. But I work with them and I see the good in them. So I wanted to remind them that there is good within your teenagers. There is good within young people. And we should not be afraid as parents, because sometimes we are so scared of our kids becoming teenagers. We take everything. So I wanted to empower parents and teenagers and talk about the lessons that I had to learn as a grown-up on my own. You know, things like asking for help, setting goals, purpose. Everyone is talking about purpose now because we never learned it when we were young. So I want them to have a strong foundation compared to the way we were raised. Exactly. Also, my first point in there is that parents are human beings too.
Women, please, siyagowa, nathi siyagowa.
But you guys are not telling your kids. You are not talking to them. You are not telling them that, hey, work was hectic today. Like, I'm
Sure.
feeling so tired because work was hectic. Instead, you will be shouting at them because they want your time, they want your attention. And after you feel like your kids are being selfish, but did you tell them that, you know what, please, I need a moment. I'm not okay
Sure.
today. Work was a lot. Can you please give me a moment? I ask my kids sometimes that, guys, no, please go to someone else. Go to your dad. Go to your aunt. Go to someone else. I need a break right now. I'm tired.
So this book is for both our teens, our kids, and parents, because Nati, you know, sinemigowo nabo. So we're trying to find the balance so that we can understand each other, and the things that I wish I knew when I was 16, when I was 18, and as young, because maybe some of the mistakes or the potholes ending in life, if I knew, or if my parents, you know, certain things getting where I am right now. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. And also when in fact, you before, after that, when you get your last word, oh, Pumile, no, my load shedding.
No,
are you still there?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, all right. Your last words, and also your social media handles, and also where abantu bangayi-order phi incwadi.
Okay, you can get the book on Amazon, or also directly from me is at Joey Dlamini. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It's Joey Dlamini on all social media platforms, or also directly on my website.
Your website is? Your website address, Joey?
Is www.joeydlamini.com.
Joey Dlamini without an H, right?
Yes, the way you typed it.
Yes, sure. joeydlamini.co.za.com.
No, .com.
Okay. www.joeydlamini.co.com. .com. You want to put it here so that viewers at home can also see it. Ujoey, www.joeydlamini.com, social networks, uJoey Dlamini naphi na ungamlandela, and also incwadi yafumaneka nayo pha ku Amazon, and yeah, I think that's a type of a book that we really need, and because siyagowa and we really don't have time yokuba sibe si attend some sessions. So if there's uJoey obhalele incwadi ukwenza into yobana sifunde sifumanane apha, because asibagethi batsho abantwana, and nathi kwelethu icala sithi hey jonga, ndiyasebenza mna, ndisebenzela wena, andithi ufuna i-iPhone 14, ufuna a certain sneaker, so ndisebenzela wena mna ndidiniwe, and we not communicating kakuhle properly. And I like the fact that uqala ngathi as parents we need to heal from our childhood traumas, because ngoku abantwana bethu bachaphazeleka from that. Bangangendawo, they're not even there. But ngoku sibafaka kwezo zinto, and we need to learn to communicate and unlearn some of the things our parents babezigqithisele kuthi, so that singazigqithiseli kubo bona, and maybe avoiding overcompensating, but izinto singasa, you know, so all sorts of things we'll get from encwadini ke kaJoey, www.joeydlamini.com. Ngam inboxa ungamfumana ke incwadi, nansi inamba ka WhatsApp 076 917 2585 076 917 2851, okanye johanna.ramatsobane@gmail.com ungamfumana ke nalapho. Joey, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you so much, and may the Lord bless you. Keep on, you know, senza okuhle and trying to be the change that you want to see.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Until next time, I'm sure you need to come back. You need to come back. There's a lot that I think we need to talk about, but I will keep in touch. Thank you so much, Joey.
Okay, thank you. Definitely.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. That's Joey Dlamini. Simbambile ke apho yena umninzi umsebenzi ke awenzayo. She gives practical advice, ebazalini and jongana ne challenges esibanazo at a deeper level, focusing children and parents at a deeper level. Yawenza ke mhle umsebenzi wakhe ndijonga zonke inkalo zomuntu kwenza basikhulise abantwana aba confident, abantwana aba well-rounded, abantwana abazawuba right apha elifini, not abantwana abangxwelerhekileyo, abantwana abaphefumlweni ababawileyo ngenxa yezinto. So wenza okuncinci nokwenza nawe unakho ukwenza, zifumaneleke nawe le ncwadi. All right, it's 4 minutes before 8 o'clock. This is Keith Ngesi Radio. We're doing radio according to you. It is Child Protection Week. We're inviting abantu abafana noJoey kwenza basijonge ngamalungelo abantwana njalo. All right, masibheke engomeni ke sikhuphe uJoey, and then sabuya after 8 at exactly 8:10. We'll be talking to Tatu Mapinda. Sithetha about emotionally unavailability yomuntu ongekhoyo emotionally. Physically he or she is there, but emotionally she's not there. So sancokola naye ke at exactly 8:10. For now masibheke ke engomeni sizobona uba senza njani na. Sikhuphe ke uJoey mhlawumbi masiye pha Barry White, You Sexy Thing.